My name is Officer Wendy, Detroit Police Department. I have 18 years on, and I tend to walk around and stay behind the podium because I want to get your feedback, and you might have questions. I'm doing a PowerPoint on personal safety. A lot of this stuff, some of it's geared to your home services, the stuff that through work, but some of it also is for personal safety, everyday stuff, and a lot of it is repetitive, just to get you reinforced to what to look for and stuff like that. On the back of the PowerPoint presentation, there was 2 sheets of paper. You probably, I don't know if you looked at it or not, but it's to rob or not to rob. I wanted you to take a few minutes, just you guys to fill that out. This was a survey that we followed 67 robbers, and we asked them, this was about 5 years ago, we asked them in a 2-year period, we followed them, and we asked them what they thought the number one thing was and how somebody became a victim and how they would rob them. So from number 1 through 12, if you want to just take a couple minutes, and then once you do that, we're going to go through it on the PowerPoint. And on the back side is dangerous places. If you want to go through that, what are the number 1 dangerous places? Well, I'll give you the answers, and we'll go through that first before we get started on the PowerPoint. If you just take a couple minutes. Okay, we'll go through the dangerous places first. And the number 1 dangerous place is gas stations, believe it or not. And ladies, please, we leave our purses every time we go get gas. We leave them in the back seat or the front seat. People watch that stuff, so if you're going to get gas and not take your purse, leave it in the trunk of your car. So, but gas stations are number 1 places. Number 2 would be a party store, a liquor store. 3 is the fast food places, restaurants, mainly on the weekends. I tell people, if you're going to a fast food restaurant and you're not sure of the area, always give yourself a car length behind. Don't go right up to the car behind the next car in front of you. Because if something happens or something jumps off and there's a car behind you, you'll never get out of that situation. So always leave yourself enough space so if something happens at that fast food restaurant, you can pull out and get out of there quickly. ATM machines. People don't pay attention. They're counting their money. I see it all the time, counting their money at the ATM machine. Grab your money, get in your car, and do it later at another place. Clubs, that's usually underage. If you're a mother or a parent and you got young kids, things happen at bars, clubs at night. So just, this is information that you can use in your personal life that you can pass on to your family too also. House parties where there's no adults. We got seniors right now graduating, having house parties. Double check on that. Stuff always seems to happen there they didn't know. Coney Islands are a big one to get robbed. A lot of people go out and party. They go on to get something to eat. They're hungry. They go to the Coney Island to get something to eat. They get robbed. They get shot. It happens all the time. They're out at 2, 3 in the morning at restaurants trying to get something to eat. So just be aware. Strip clubs, when you're drinking and you're partying, very easy to get robbed there. After-hour places, if you go to after-hour places, which some can be bars that close after 2 o'clock, just be aware of what's going around. Grocery stores, if you're in an area that isn't very busy, you always want to go somewhere where it's very lit up. 7-Eleven, they're very well lit. Myers and all that, you want to go places where they have a lot of light at night. And the last one was businesses where you're going to cash your check or something like that. So those are the ones. So we're going to go through the rob or not to be robbed. Did I miss that one? Oh, that's on this side. I must have skipped that one. Oh, that was number 11. The self-serve ones. The ones that you go through the car wash yourself. And you'll be surprised, women will not go to the car wash at night. But men will go to the car wash at night and wash their cars, self-serve ones. So they're the ones that would be more prone to get robbed. And the check cashing one was number 12, if you didn't get that right. So 10 was grocery store, car wash was 11, and the check cashing was number 12. Okay? Okay, for rob or not to be robbed. The number one thing that robbers said was an escape route. If it's easy access to freeways, getting on and off, getting out of a situation fast, that was the number one reason why someone became a victim. So be aware if you're getting gas. Most gas stations are by freeways, party stores. Be aware, those are the quickest places to be robbed. Be observant. You've got to be observant. Nowadays, we have to look around and pay more attention to what's going on. Number 2 is alertness of the victim. Remember, these are career criminals. They have nothing to do all day long. They're going to watch you. You don't know you're being watched. They're watching you. They're watching what you're doing. If you're not paying attention, you're on the phone, you're just distracted, you're not giving no eye contact, you're not walking with confidence, you can easily become a victim. So I have a video to show you.
This is an awareness test. How many passes does the team in white make? No!
I'm going to stop it for a minute. Who has an answer? How many? No? No? 13. Okay, now that you watched 13, did you see the moonwalking bear?
Answer is 13. But did you see the moonwalking bear? No!
That's an example of how people can have tunnel vision, and you could be in a situation where all you see is something and you're missing the whole thing. And that happens a lot. When we're at a scene and something takes place, there's a robbery or a homicide or something like that, you have all these witnesses. Well, the same person doesn't see the same thing. As you see right there, did anybody see the moonwalking bear? Okay, the second time. But we get so focused on watching something else that we're not paying attention to something that's going on. So this was just a little example of awareness test. This is another video. There's no sound to it. This was during Christmas time, and a lady was coming out of the mall. She'll be walking shortly. This is her coming right now. Way in the back by that tree, there's a gentleman, young man, walking. She was a victim of opportunity. He robbed her, carjacked her, and raped her. And as you notice, all these people around. Not one person saw what happened. There's somebody in the white SUV, and the windshield wipers are going. So you know somebody's sitting there. Nobody saw nothing. He didn't choose to get her at the time. It was her walking and not paying attention that it was a crime of opportunity. She's still fighting with them in the car, and nobody, this person's walking by the car. Not one person saw anything. Yep, and he takes off with her. If somebody's going to take off with you, all I can suggest is that you fight. If you're getting robbed and they're going to leave you where you're at, give them what they want. Your life, you got your life. The other stuff's material things. But if somebody is going to take off with you in a car or something like that, 90% of the time, they're going to kill you. That's the facts. The best thing to do is try to get out of that situation. And when I teach things at schools, stranger dangers, I tell the kids, grab the steering wheel, cause an accident. We don't think, we're scared, so we're not reacting. I want to give you the tools so we do things not to be scared, so you guys can react, so you can get out of the situation and then be scared later. Pull the steering wheel. Take your foot and push on the gas. Push on the brake. If whatever you can do to get out of a situation, if you're in the trunk of a car, you can knock the tail lights out. They're only plastic. You've got to get out of not panicking and being scared. Kick those lights out. Most of the cars have that trunk release. Hit the trunk release. Cause an accident. Cause a scene. Once you cause an accident, they're going to run out of there. You don't want somebody to take you to another location. So you got to fight for your life, like it's your last life. Yes?
I was noticing on this video, he was held up for traffic for quite a while.
Yeah, a long time. She probably was scared. Sometimes people freeze. They're too scared. And this way, if you have situations, maybe you'll react in a different way. I was talking to, was it Ashley? Janice. And she had an incident where she got bumped. She was in a location, she got bumped, and she was going to get out of her car, and she thought about, she had a presentation from investigator Brian Fountain who taught her, don't get out if they're just tapping your car, they want to rob you. Well, they did it again, and she was going to get out. Well, they did it a third time, and then she drove off because they're not damaging your car. They just want you to come out and look at your car. So by that time, then they're going to carjack you. So I'm hoping that some of the stuff that I give you will click in your head and save you. So since she asked the question, this is for you. I'm going to leave it. I don't know how far I can walk without losing sound or it's a whistle keychain. Yes. Right. Uh-huh.
But there were things that she did because the star of the film kidnapped in the trunk of the car.
Right.
There were things that she did, and I think, wow, I would have never thought to do that. So,
right. Right. We just get in that mode where we panic and we're scared, and we don't think of other things that we should be doing. So if you can get into that routine, it may save your life one day. Number 3 was amount of money. That's what they look at on to rob somebody. Usually they'll rob men as opposed to women because men carry more money. So that was number 3. Number 4, they look at the person, are they going to resist me? They'll prey on women. Women with ponytails because it's easy to pull. So they will go after women more so than men because they're not going to resist. Have something in a mind that something that you're going to do if you get robbed or somebody attacks you from behind or from the front. Always have something in your mind what you would do. If you have keys in your hand, have the key out. If you have a key or a pen, a pencil, something sharp, go for the eyes. Do what you have to do. I try to get you to have a plan in your head so you will be able to react and not be scared. I'm going to keep saying that because you want to be able to react without being scared.